My perm rod rollers, I'm using this size. Yeah. Okay, I'm caught up on the comments. I'm using this size. This is about, I would say, 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to do about 2 locks per roller. But first, I want to massage my scalp and my hair a bit. So I'm going to take these off a little bit. I'm not going to be able to read the comments too good. I'm trying myself to get locks, but I don't know if I would be ugly with them. I mean, in my opinion, everybody looks better with locks, but I'm biased. Everybody looks better with locks to me. So I like to just go ahead and apply it like this and then massage it in. Some people like to apply it to their hands first, especially if they're heavy handed with oil. But I always recommend if you or when you oil your scalp, make sure you are taking some time to really massage it in because if not, if it's just sitting on a surface, it can feel um, itchy. And you may think, oh, I'm sensitive to this oil, I'm sensitive to that oil, but really it's because you didn't really massage it in. Don't let the oil just sit on your scalp. Massage it in. And this is my horsetail leaf growth oil. I have it tagged in my showcase and it's on the live. You can grab this. This is handmade by me. It takes 2 weeks to make these because I cold infuse them with herbs. Horsetail, organic horsetail herbs. Now, a lot of people like to make their herbs on the stove, heat it up, but I like to retain all of the properties of the horsetail so I don't heat them up. Heating up herbs, you are losing some of the properties. My hair takes so long to lock though. That's okay. That's normal. I had 2 strands in for 7 months and nothing. 2 strands. Maybe you should try coils. And I do sell, yeah, I sell the oils. You can click the orange card and you can see all of the products that I have for sale on TikTok Shop. And I'm going to just do a nice massage. I like to take my time, but I just really want to get these curlers in. So I'm going to just make sure I get all over my scalp. And with the emu oil, I like to hit up the hairline. Chukuzi says, hope I said that right. So the best way to infuse herbs in oils is to let it sit. Yes. 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 Let it sit for a few weeks or for as long as you can be patient. For as long as you can be patient. Noir says, I work at UPS. My last coils didn't stay in long. You know, it could be a installation issue as far as whoever put the coils in, maybe they didn't do a great job. But also, if you work out, if you sweat a lot, all of that comes into play. So I would keep the coils in and I would put a stocking cap on if I know I'm going to be sweating or if I know I'm going to be somewhere humid. But I started my locks in May and it was getting hot. So, like, I had to deal with the summer when I started my locks. And I don't know if you know, but New York City is really humid. It's really humid in the summer. It gets really hot in the summer. Yes, we get really cold winters, but we get really hot summers. So I was able to maintain mine. I trust that you can maintain yours. And I washed my hair too. I wash my hair every 2 weeks, but I washed it through a stocking cap so it stayed in place. Okay, I can put my glasses back on now so I could read the comments without having to go all up in the screen. Okay. Because you said interlocking. Yeah, interlocking helps with unraveling for sure. I'm not a huge fan of interlocking. I mean, you know, to each their own, but me personally, I prefer my locks to be fuller Interlocking makes them more compact. So that's something to consider. Um, Definitely the gym. Yeah, definitely. The gym will do it. The gym will do it. All right. Actually, so I have my hair as towel drying or like sitting in a towel for a little while. So I'm going to remist it and I'm going to use my rose water moisturizer, which is a leave-in conditioner. So it helps the hair stay hydrated longer. Don't neglect the ends. The ends is the oldest part of your hair. So you really want to make sure your ends are staying hydrated more than anywhere else, truly. We got this as interlock will solve that issues, not locking. I mean, interlocking definitely is an option. It definitely is an option. It's not the only option. You can get your coils to stay in place. You can. As I stated, I did it myself. Okay. And I'm gonna start in the back. Ooh, did I feel something? All right. So if anybody has any questions, hair questions, it's a good time to ask. If not, I'm gonna just run my mouth. But I'm gonna do like a light retwist with the rollers. I don't normally retwist with my rollers, but I'm gonna just do a little no product retwist. Well, I guess I shouldn't say no product because I did just oil my hair. So I'm gonna just do a little soft retwist. That's what I call it when I don't use gel. I call it a soft retwist. And I make sure to roll it in nice and taut. Nice and taut. Jacuzzi says to Noir, try starting with the interlocking method and braid and band when you wash. The braiding and banding is definitely a good tip. It's definitely a good tip. I just use the stocking cap method personally. And that works good with my coils. So I'm going to keep in mind that I know some of my perm rods broke. So I may not have enough. So I want to make sure to put a little extra lock in some of these. So this one I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 3 locks. I do have some random gray ones. Those are not mine, actually. Those are Kafele's. I should probably give them back to him. Is he tuned in? Is he tuned in? Kafele, I got some of your rollers. What does that mean? I have a flash gold. What does that mean? I guess I have a goal now. Soul says, I'm in awe. Divine Spirit on my screen right now. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie. Hopefully, this doesn't take me too long because doing my locks on live often makes my lock process go by a lot longer. So, hopefully, this doesn't take too much of my time. Miss Sherry, I'm using perm rods. I don't have the brand, but ooh, this is a broken one I was just talking about. And there's a hairnet in there. But I'm using these. They're like 3/4 of an inch. So I wish that they made all the same colors, the same size, so it would be easier for people, but not everyone makes them the same. So this is about 3/4 of an inch. And I like these a lot, but I also like the smaller ones. What happened to my smaller ones? I had white ones, and the white ones were maybe a half an inch. We got this says same. I started with coils too. Keep them covered is key. Chill out with styling too early. Yeah, I didn't do so many styles early. Early on, I kind of just focused on like using headbands. But a, a woman. Um, guys, I mean, yeah, guys probably don't want to wear headbands. But hey, Jada, thanks for joining. Miss Chevy says I will need one bigger than that. My locks are 4.5 feet long. Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't really make them longer than this. Like this is pretty much the standard length of them. I do wish they had them longer. I don't know how long my hair is. My hair is past my butt. Well, it's at the bottom of my butt. So what I do is just overlap a bit. Your hair looks almost as long as mine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if my hair is quite that long. I don't know actually. I haven't measured it in a long time. I mean, I've done length checks, but I haven't actually measured my hair. But it's at the bottom of my butt. So however long that is, maybe closer to 3 feet. I don't know. I don't know. Another broken one. Child, when I get to the front, it's gonna get real weird. Jada says, "Man, I love styling my locks with perm rods, curl style. Me too. They're my favorite way to curl my hair. The pipe cleaners, they're hard on my hands. So I usually go for this. You know what? I don't really need to retwist it back, but I kind of want to keep my hair a little consistent, so I'll do that. How long does it take to dry? Well, if I really wanted to, if I really wanted it to dry tonight, I could, but I would have to sit under the dryer for a couple of hours, and I'm not doing that. So I'm going to leave it in overnight, and I'll probably take it out to sometime tomorrow. But sometimes I keep them in for 2 days. It really just depends on how much artificial heat I decide to use. And I don't usually like to use too much. So I usually make sure that when I curl my hair, it's a time when I either don't have to go anywhere or if I don't mind wearing my rollers wherever I have to go. Almond Brown says, hello, Keisha. Hello, chat. Blessings to you all. Blessings to you too, Almond Brown. Thanks for joining. Hey, Cash App Kara. How you doing? I'm just applying my curls. Well, my perm rods to make curls. Kat says, been watching your journey since the red. Okay, we got an OG in the building because I haven't had my hair red since 17. I think 2017 is when I got rid of the red for good. We got this says, I love the wrapper lock tool, way better than pipe cleaners. Yeah, I've always heard it. I never got any. But they do look easier to use than the perm rod. I mean, than the pipe cleaners because they're firmer, but they're still so small. They're still so thin. So the thinness of the perm rod, I mean, the thinness of the pipe cleaner is what made my hands hurt when I do it. And I may have to take off this robe because I feel like it's hindering me a bit doing these in the back. But I'm gonna try to fight through it. One thing about when I oil my scalp and my locks, my glasses tend to slip. So I'm gonna be pushing my glasses up all night. General says, Happy Black History Month. May the Most High bless you. Thank you. I received that. May the Most High bless you too. Almond says, yes, I've been following you since the red as well. Oh, we got another OG. I really Don't care for using the pipe cleaners on my clients either, not with the long locks, anyways. Oh, are you a loctician or a hairstylist? The only thing that I really like about pipe cleaners is that um, I can make them wearable. So I can make them into a style that I can wear. T Mac, hi from Ohio. Hey, Ohio. Hey, T Mac in Ohio. Hello back to you from New York City. Yes, I am. Oh, Almond Brown said, "Yes, I am a loctician for 15 years." Oh, nice, nice. How long have you had your locks? How long have you been locked? You know, there was a brief period when I was considering becoming a loctician, but I realized I was talking about this on live yesterday, but I realized I don't feel comfortable putting my hands in people's hair like that. I do it for my mom and my man and myself, and occasionally my friends. It's really my thing. I don't know. It feels odd to me, and it is odd because I don't mind getting my hair styled from different people. Like I model for different locticians and different hairstylists, but for some reason, it feels really intrusive when I do it to other people's hair, or I should say when I do other people's hair. Thank you, Melanie. Cabby says, I just combined 120 locks down to 40 and I love it. Nice, congratulations. You know, when I started my locks, I had 120 as well, but I combined them down to 94. So I didn't combine them all. I just combined the ones along my hairline. Okay. My hair along my hairline is a lot more fine and the hair is a lot less dense. So my initial parting system, everything was really even. All my parts were really even, and I found that to be not ideal, not ideal because those locks came out thinner than the rest. And even after I combined them, they're still thinner than the rest. But I'm happier with them now because they don't scare me like they're gonna break. But when I first got them installed, I was like, I don't know about this. I feel like this is gonna snap off. So I combined them. When it says I don't have locks, I I'm just a natural curly. Oh, nice. Really? And you follow me? Oh well, you are a loctician though. Makes sense. Hey, is it Let J Will? Hey, thanks for joining. I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on TikTok right now. So if I'm looking at different screens, just know I'm switching through platforms. Like to feed two birds with one scone. I still put my contacts in. This is gonna bother me. I don't want my glasses sliding and slip sliding all crazy, but it's gonna happen. This year is my 24-year anniversary of having locks. Oh wow, congratulations. You a real OG. You a real OG. This year is my 16th. I'll be 16 years locked in May. That's how time flies because it doesn't feel like that long, but math don't lie, numbers don't lie. It's been that long. And what's crazy is I've been on social media that long. Like I've had my platform for all that time. Many times I felt like, you know what, this is weird. I'm showing my face all through my life. I should stop. I should stop. But I don't know anything else that I like. I don't know anything else that I like. I'm like, should I go back to school? If anything, if it came down to that, I will go back to school. Maybe. But I do love locks. I love my lock business. And I love my brand. It's opened doors for me that I'm really grateful for. So if that means I'm showing my face all throughout my life, then so be it. Cash App says, I love my privacy. Equals currency. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm very private. I'm very private. I'm just very visible. Cat B says, I had to do a small undercut about 8 years ago because my back locks were installed wrong. Oh, what was wrong about it? What was wrong about it? And at what point in your lock journey were you at that point when you decided they were installed wrong? T-Mac says, what would you major in? When can I buy some gel? Well, you can buy the gel when I make the gel again, but I have to invest in that. That's not something that I make on my own. I collaborated with the chemist to formulate it, but I don't manufacture it. I don't make it. And it is a bit of an investment, especially with it being organic ingredients. I have to change some things as far as the packaging. My last gel, this gel here, I ordered 8-ounce jars, but these jars are larger than 8 ounces. They're about 10 ounces, maybe even 12. So when they're filled 8 ounces, it's like not all the way filled. So it just doesn't, it just doesn't look good. Like it looks like I'm skimping out on product, even though it's still 8 ounces. Just the jar is too big. So I need to find the right jars. So that also means I have to redo the labels so that they can fit properly. And the product itself is great. I don't have to change anything with the product, but I have to figure that out. And yeah, it's quite an investment. It's quite an investment. So I have to get the funds to make the gel. So I don't have a date, but yeah. Cabby says I had to do small undercut. 7 years in, the part ratio to hair was wrong. So about 4 eventually snapped off. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. That's why I combined some along my hairline. But what was the other part of your question? Or what would I major in? Oh, I'm not even sure. I mean, I wouldn't go back for another bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree. I would go for grad school of some sorts. I'm not quite sure though. It may be business related or it may be I mean, that's really my only other interest besides my top 3 interests are herbalism, locks, and marketing. So maybe something about marketing because I don't think that the last I checked, I don't think there's any like graduate schools for herbalism, but I'm probably maybe not necessarily herbalism, but maybe like botany. But I don't think I want to study botany necessarily. Pescatarian Gardener says, hello, Keisha. I love your locks. My mom just passed in December. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I took some of her hair and made a lock and installed it in my own lock. I love that. I love that. I definitely love that. That's beautiful. And I'm very sorry for your loss. Let J Will says, question, how long do you keep your roller set in for your bouncy curls? So if I'm trying to use a lot of artificial heat, then I could just keep it in for a few hours and sit under the dryer. But that's very uncomfortable, and I don't do that. The only time I've done that is when I've had like a modeling gig. That's the only time I've ever like just completely sat under the dryer for the duration of the drying process. I keep my rollers in overnight, at least one night. Sometimes I do 2 nights, depending on how much heat I use. Because I will still use my dryer, but I just won't use it for hours. I'll probably do like a nice 30-minute stint, run along and do what I have to do, and then do another 30-minute stint here and there. That's usually how I dry my hair. And then I'll still sleep on it. And then the next day or the day after the next. So 1 or 2 nights is usually how I do it. Almond says, right, organic is definitely not cheap. Yeah, it's not. It's not. And it's not like I have a huge warehouse where I can like get a really large amount. If I got like a really large amount at a time, that will definitely help it be a little cheaper in the long run. I'm still I would still have to put up a pretty penny, but it'll cut down the cost of the individual ingredients. But I have to um, work on my budget. So, and it's not worth it to like get y'all crappy ingredients, because that's the whole point of my brand, to give y'all organic ingredients. So, yeah. So yeah, there's that. Like my manufacturer's minimum for me is about is it like 2,000 jars at a time, like minimum, I think, or maybe 1,500. So yeah, it's a lot. So that's the only reason why I haven't re-upped on the gel, because every time I get the money, okay, now the money has to go here, now the money has to go here. Oh my gosh, business. But maybe God will send me an investor or something. But I'm a little scared of that, because sometimes they be wanting percentages of your business. I don't know. I mean, that's probably it's for the best. It's for the best. So if it if everything, if somebody were to come along and they want a little cut, you know, we'll have to talk. We'll have to talk. you know. But yeah, I'm applying for grants and things like that too. So, but in the meantime, you can absolutely support my other products, and that'll help. That'll definitely help keep the brand going, so that eventually I can produce the gel again. So you can, if you're on YouTube, you can go to the space in my description, click that, and shop. If you're on TikTok, you can click on the orange card and grab some of the products there. Cat B Love says, "What's your opinion on freeforming?" To each their own. I respect the freeforming journey. I think that's dope. I like to see people with freeform locks. My man, his locks are, I guess I would say semi-freeform, because he probably retwists it twice a year. But yeah, I like freeform. It's not my personal preference for me. I wouldn't do that because I just like I like the sleek look too much. So I wouldn't personally do that. T Mac says tech fields are big too. My only thing is, I'm supposed to stop saying this. I feel like I'm not very tech savvy. I feel like really slow when it comes to technology. I feel like a dinosaur. So that's the only thing. Archive T says, literally just watch a short on how you curl the ends of your locks, new hair, and just up. Oh, thanks for joining, Archive T. Well, you have thousands of videos to catch up on. I've been doing this thing for 15 years. We got this as, have tariffs been a cost factor for supplies? Honestly, no. I'll say very hardly, because most of my supplies are United States based. Although, shoot, some of these United States-based companies do get their stuff from China, but I really haven't noticed. But you know what? I haven't. So, you know what? I'll say this: if it has impacted my business, it's not in a way that I could really feel it. I'll put it like that, because maybe the prices have gone up a little bit, and I didn't really notice. But because especially because as the years go on, things just become more expensive. People just raise the prices like naturally. So nothing drastic. I'll say that, nothing drastic. Quick tip: drying long locks, sleep on an airplane pillow. I'll try that. I'll try that. I don't usually have too much issues with when it comes to sleeping on my rollers because I have really fluffy pillows. So, and I get really comfortable in my really fluffy pillows. So that's another hack too. Like, just get really full fluffy pillows. If you have like flat worn out pillows, it ain't gonna cut it. Let J Will says, speak what you seek until you see what you said. I heard that. Yes, and I'm speaking prosperity over my business. Okay. It's me, Mario says, funny name. Crazy how you came on my FYP, but not. Okay. I wish I would have read that in my head before I read that out loud because that was very inappropriate. Robin says, hey from DC, been following you for a few years. Hey, Robin, shout out to DC. Locs are heavy out in DC. Every time I go to DC, Locs everywhere. I can't walk 2 minutes without passing somebody with Locs. T-Max says, any lime oil left for sale? So my urban lime oil, I only sell that in the spring and summer. So that'll come back. Next month is spring, so I gotta get started on that infusion pretty soon. But yeah, so that'll be for sale in the springtime. And people love that one, man. People love that one. The only reason why I don't have it all year round is just because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work making these different products. If I only like sold like 2 products, it'd be easier to like have like a little third. But like I have a good amount of products that I have to keep up with, and it's just me. I mean, I do have an assistant who helps me. She comes bi-weekly. She's been coming for years. She's 17 now, but she's been working with me since she was 14. And she helps, but she doesn't help with the creation of the product. She only helps with like like boxing, labeling, and things like that. Organizing, stuff like that. But nobody else makes my products. Nobody else knows how to make my products either. Except for the gel, my manufacturer makes the gel. Coach Tree says, I loved watching you on YouTube. Thank you. Do you not go on YouTube anymore? Because I still post on YouTube. Still post on YouTube. I'm actually streaming on YouTube right now. Cash App. Kira says DC, Florida, and New York City equals lock cities. Word. Use it, Florida, the whole state. Yeah. And don't forget Atlanta, Georgia. Kasha? Kasha. I'll say Kasha. Kasha Kelly says, I tried putting rollers on my locks, and I guess I'm doing it wrong because it's always too bulky. Would you say your locks are about the same size, Keisha? Okay, sorry, Keisha. Would you say that your locks are about the same size as mine, or are they thicker? Because I do understand, like locks thicker than mine, I can understand the struggle for real. But if your locks are like my size or smaller, then it's all in the technique. But honestly, if your locks are a little thicker than mine, you still could do it. You still could do it. It's in the technique. Oh, okay. They are the same. size as mine, they're butt length. Well, mine are butt length too. I'm 5'8" and they're at the bottom of my butt. You just have to overlap them a little bit. You want to really squeeze it. I'll show you. I'll show you up close in this next one. You want to overlap them a little bit and squeeze them in there. I'm going in with the rose water moisturizer to remist this area. And the roots, the locks are still wet, but like the roots are drying out a little bit. Okay. Good evening, Carla. All is well. Thank you. Hope all is well with you too. Almond Brown says, I'm the same way with my products. Nobody around when I make them. I'm not ready for that yet. Period. Okay, so I'm gonna do two locks on this next roller. Wait, this is a good lock. Yeah, I'll go with this one. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna start with the ends. Roll it, overlap the ends so they stay secure. And as you get more and more up the length of the roller, you wanna squeeze them, make them more compact. Go ahead and overlap a little bit as you keep rolling it up. Like you wanna roll on it and then roll over it a little bit. Roll on it and roll over it a little bit. Flo says, how do you handle wanting to change your hair with locks? I just change it. I don't want to change having locks. I don't have that desire. But as far as styles, I just do different styles. Like I'm putting in curlers right now, but I don't have any desire to not have locks. Almond Brown says, how long do your curls normally last? They last until my next wash. I wash my hair every 2 weeks, so that's typically how long they last. If I really wanted to extend my curls and hold out on my wash, I could absolutely do that. But at that point, after 2 weeks, they're more they're not going to be tight anymore. They're going to be more of a wave, Still beautiful, but it'll be more of a wave at that point. You're welcome, Keisha. So, Flo, do you have locks, Flo? Are you considering locks, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to be committed to the hairstyle because I may want to change it up? Very curious as to why you asked that. Star Shine says, how do you dry your locks? I have that issue. I use a handheld blow dryer with a hood attachment, so I can put my head and hair in the attachment and blow dry it. I just sit down and blow dry it with the hood attachment. I'm gonna take a little break. Says considering I had them for 4 years. Oh, sweet. And when you had them for 4 years, did you have that issue? Did you want to change it? Yeah. How long does that take you? How long does the curls take me, or how long does the drying take me? Putting in the curls is probably gonna take me about an hour or so. I've been at it for about, I've already been live on YouTube for 40 minutes. I think I probably started in the beginning of the live pretty much. Oh no, I was massaging my scalp. Maybe like, it's been like 30 minutes. Oh, the drying, it depends. If I want to completely dry it, I can, but it'll take a couple of hours to completely dry it with the hood attachment. Or like say I was at a salon, it will take me a couple of hours. And I've done that before. I mentioned this earlier. I've done that before with when it came down to me modeling, but that's like the only occasion where I feel like I need to rush with the curls. Usually I let them cook and I'll leave them in overnight. Sometimes I'll take them off the next day or the day after next. But usually, if I take them out the day after next, it's only because I barely use the blow dryer. I just used it a little bit. But I'm always going to use the blow dryer at least a little bit when I put rollers in, especially because of the way I roll my hair on the rollers with my locks overlapping itself. You want to make sure it really gets dry under there. So I will use the blow dryer, no doubt. Starshine says, yes, it takes a while. It takes me a while at the salon. I guess it's the life of locks. Absolutely. That's absolutely the life of locks. Yeah, okay. I think I'm caught up on the comments. If anybody has any questions, it's a great time to ask while you got me stuck here doing my hair. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can, for any of my urban fused lock maintenance products, you can, in the description. If you're on TikTok, my products are tagged on the live. You click the orange card. Love Light and Locks is the name of my brand. I have 94 locks. Keisha, Flo, what do you use for moisturizer? I use the Rosewater Moisturizer. It's a leave-in conditioner, but you can also use it as a daily mist. And I like to seal it in with the horsetail leaf growth oil. And that's what I did in the beginning of the live. If you want to catch the replay, you can catch it on YouTube because I'm streaming on YouTube right now. Let J. Will says, question, I colored my locks with henna and let it sit for 45 minutes to an hour, but it didn't take. Any recommendations? Yeah, I'm very vocal about my dislike for henna. I don't like henna. Henna is not very effective. I understand why people want to use henna, but it don't work. Yeah, so I use regular dyes. So while I do prefer organic products, I'm not 100% organic with my products because I do use regular dye. Yeah. Cash App, Kira says 30 minutes in the sun. 30 minutes in the sun. Yeah, right. To dry some locks, that's not enough. Well, what sun we talking? We talking about Brazil, the sun in Brazil, the sun around the equator, maybe, maybe. Because I'll definitely do that in the summertime. I'll put my rollers in and go for a walk in the neighborhood. But it helps, but it's not gonna do the whole job. Keisha says, okay, I have 96 locks. I have 94. Robin says, yes, there are a lot of locks in DC on my third set and so satisfied with 57 thicker locks. Nice. Third set. Nice. I'm still on my first. Still on my first. We got this as DC is home, visiting Panama and miss my curly locks. They drop so fast here. Yes. Son and all. Absolutely. Like, I used to live in Panama. I lived in Panama when I was a little kid. When I was a baby, up until I was about 5 years old, I lived in Panama because my dad was in the Air Force and we were stationed out in Panama, Central America. I didn't have locks then, so I can't speak to that. But whenever I go to Florida, I make sure I learn my lesson. I make sure not to have my locks curled because it's just gonna drop. It's not like it's just the amount of effort that goes into curling locks. You want them to last, so I try not to wear them when I go to Florida. Even no, they last in Atlanta. The times I've worn curls in Atlanta, they last. So excuse me for 2 minutes while I don't have my glasses on. I cannot see the comments without my glasses. Just need to get these locks in the corner. I think I'm gonna do 3. Yes. This one, I'll go with this one. Is it just me, or do you guys like see your scalp better when you close your eyes? Like I never have to I never have to use a mirror to do my hair. I could just visualize my scalp and visualize my parts. All right, we back. Flo says, wait, why do you dye them? I dye them because I like color. Um, I've 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 gone blonde, well, blonde-ish. I've done blonde-ish. I've done browns. I've done reds, several reds, and I stopped doing red, and I went black, and um, every now and then a little bit of the old red or the old brown will show through. So I have to redo the black, and so I dye it black maybe once a year now to keep it black. Because even black fades, black fades as well. My natural hair color is black, so I don't have to dye the roots. I just like dye from like this part down. At some point, I'm sure I'll be able to stop doing it altogether, but I do like to. I do love the jet black. The brilliance it looks like it gives. Tortilla says, "Found you. You were the push I needed to start my locs." Oh, I'm glad you found me on here. I'm still on YouTube, but I know a lot of people shifted. A lot of people don't go on YouTube for hair content like that anymore. But that's all right. That's why we streaming on YouTube and TikTok right now. Oops, I'm unraveling this retwist. JJ says, how do you manage lint? I keep my bonnet on, but still have lint. Consider your clothes. I like to make sure to go through my hair before I wash it to make sure there's no lint in it prior to the wash, because oftentimes when there's lint on the surface of your hair and then you go wash it, that helps the lint to lock in your hair. So keep that in mind. Be consistent with going through your hair to make sure there's no lint on it when you're getting ready to wash. Yeah. I need a little break, as you guys can see. Oh, and I don't have any water with me. Great. Flo says, you convinced me, queen. LOL, I'll be locked by this weekend. What? Okay. Y'all heard that, Flo. Flo has converted. She's joining Team Locs. And if you really do, make sure you come back the next time I'm live and let me know how it goes, okay? We got this says, haha, the dyeing and brushing are such controversies in the loc community. Yeah. I don't know why. Like it's everyone's individual journey. Do what you want with your own hair. That's it. I mean, certain things, if you do, I'm gonna give you the side eye. Like if you want to relax your edges, I'm gonna give you the side eye. If you want to use a flat iron to do whatever to your locks, I'm gonna give you a side eye. But that's none of my business. That's your business. If you want to do stuff to your hair, that's yours. You know. Have you interlocked? I've tried interlocking before. It's not for me. It's not my preference. I prefer a more like the sleek look of a retwist. And when you interlock, you can't, or you're not supposed to. It's not advised to interlock very regularly, or else you can thin out your roots. So so you can't really get that sleek finish as regular as I would prefer. So it's not my preference. But I've tried it a few times. I probably interlocked my hair maybe 4 times in my life. Liam, are you okay? Are you okay? Sometimes when people act weird, you just gotta ask them if they're okay, because they might not be okay. They may need to like reassess their okayness. Mm. We back at it. We can't stop, won't stop. Let's finish this. I didn't mean to just quote Diddy right there. I didn't mean to do that. Yes, almond brown, but you know what? Sometimes I don't. I just ignore. But sometimes I got time. Sometimes I got time. Sometimes I got time and energy. But I usually just ignore. I usually just ignore. Today I got time, cuz. Okay, I got this much left, and I've been at it for 50 minutes. And I really, really wish I had water. Sigh. Does anybody want to come live with me? Um, if you're on TikTok, you can join. If I have to figure out how to get people to join me on YouTube, but I know you can join on TikTok. So if you want to send a request, you can. Really, that's just so I can get a break from talking so much because I don't have no water. Almond Brown says, "Hello, I know what you mean. I'm the same way with them. They want attention, and when you give it to them, they go harder. Yeah, it be like that. It be like that." All right, let's get back to it. Well, what's going on here? Okay. Any more questions? Anybody got questions? Anybody got questions? My hand hurts. This hand has been hurting for a while. I'm not sure what I did to make it hurt. I cut my hand the other day. Did I tell y'all? I know I sold live, but I don't know who was on live when I was telling the story. But I was cleaning out my blender a few days ago, and I cut my hand on the blender blade. I noticed that I cut it, but it wasn't bleeding immediately, so I thought I was cool. I was driving to the post office, and then I noticed, like, why is my hand sticky? Blood, blood. So I had wanted to wash my hair like on sometime last week, but I was like, I gotta let this cut heal a little bit before I wash my hair. And because no, I don't want to use gloves. No, I don't want to use band-aids and things. So I have to let it heal a little bit. It wasn't very deep and it was very small, but for the amount of blood that came out for this little cut, maybe it was just the location because it's right by like my cuticle, like it goes up into my cuticle. We got this says, what are your upcoming events for this summer? This weekend is the African Intelligence Virtual Hair Show. If you haven't got your tickets, you should get those. Um, how do I say this without getting in trouble on TikTok? Um, Actually, I have a video on YouTube where I was live with Tando Kafele and we were talking about the hair show. So definitely check out that video. You don't have to watch the whole live. It's about an hour long. You don't have to watch it, but you can go to the live and then read the description, and that's where you can get your tickets. But yeah, I'll be teaching a class at the virtual hair show. And it's virtual, so you don't need to go anywhere. You can watch it at the comfort of your own home. And if you get the VIP tickets, you can get access to the replays. So you can watch all of the educators that you didn't get to watch live. So definitely grab your tickets for that. That's what I have upcoming. Oh, well, that's not spring, summer. That's winter still. As far as spring, summer, I don't think I have any events planned yet for the spring and summer. The hair shows that I usually do are in the fall, like Lochnificent Fest and Lock Fest. Those are in the fall. Yeah. Boy, I'm getting to that point where I'm tiring out. I'm tiring out. I want to give up. I want to give up. I want to give up. All right. Can't give up. Never give up on the curls. Never. Never. All right. Don't give up. Don't give up. You got this. Don't give up. Don't give up. You got this. Don't give up. You got this. Almond Brown says, don't give up. You've come too far. Thank you. Thank you for the encouragement. I definitely have come too far. I've come too far. I've come too far. I'm tired. Well, I just got tired, bro. Not just my arms, but like myself. Myself got tired. But you know what? It's my bad. It's my fault because I know better than to be doing my hair this time. I should be doing my hair in the morning. I knew better. I wasn't feeling well this morning, like mentally. I was like, it's gonna be one of those days, huh? But I got myself out of it. Kia says, "Baby, this was me last night." You know, and that's why we're not supposed to do our hair in the night. But I guess we have to do it whenever we have time, right? But it's not even late, but like your girl be sleepy. We got this. We got this. Says you got this. Has your partner held? I think that's so intimate. Child, he wouldn't know what to do. He would not. He would just slow me down further. No shade. No shade. No shade. No shade. All right. Let's do this corner. I'm low on rose water. I need to get a refill. We do offer refills. You can click the orange card and you can grab refills of the rose water moisturizer if you ran out of the rose water in the spray bottle. But if you just want the refill and you already have your own spray bottle at home, you can grab the refill for that reason as well. Click the orange card and YouTube description. I just had Bad Bunny in my head, y'all. And I don't even speak Spanish that well. I told y'all I lived in Panama, but I don't speak Spanish that well. But I do my Duolingo every day. And I did take Spanish classes in college. So I was taking it like throughout my adolescence up into college. But yet and still, I'm not fluent. Yet and still. I'm better at reading it than I am at like understanding it when I hear it. Because people's accents and they say it fast. Yeah, and trust me, I live in New York City, land of the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans. I do not know what they be saying, child. They gotta write it down for me, and maybe I could translate. I should use that little gray one right here because it's kind of small. T Mac says, "Yes, girl, long day today." Yeah, it's a very long Monday. Is today Monday? Today's Monday, right? It's a long Monday, and it's only 7:30, or almost 7:30. I must have said something bad because TikTok stopped sharing my live. I must have said something bad. Yikes, it's rough. Rough out here. Okay. We not stopping. People forget we rock with Ricky Martin and Mark Anthony too. Dillo did, and all Spanish too, I think. Yeah, who else? I feel like there's a few Spanish artists. Gloria Estefan and um Christina Aguilera did Spanish too. She did Spanish. True, Beyonce did Spanish. But Shakira, Shakira's songs are mostly in Spanish, right? Yeah. But I grew up listening to like reggaeton and stuff. Cause like my middle school, for instance, was a good 50-50 black and Hispanic. And it was mostly Caribbean blacks and mostly Dominicans at first, Latinos. So I listened to a lot of reggaeton growing up. But I don't be outside like that no more. So like I don't so like that kind of music is like it's party music. I'm not one to like listen to party music in my headphones. I listen to R&B in my headphones. So I'm not too like up on like the new Latin artists or the new even like the new hip hop. I'm not really up on it unless it makes its way to my feed on social media. So yeah, I knew who Bad Bunny was, like, and I've heard some of his music, but I can't say I know his music, but I've been just hearing it ever since honestly since he won the Grammy. I've been hearing it a lot more. So we got this as yes, I didn't understand the uproar after the uproar other than the obvious geopolitics. I mean, I think that's really it. I think that's what the uproar is about 100%. I don't think. I mean, like consider the fact that like Bad Bunny is wildly successful in the United States. That means it's Americans listen to Bad Bunny. You know. Yo trabajé en la escuela español. Trabajo. You got to conjugate that correctly. O, it's with an O. Uh, baby, this is me. That's not, yeah. I think, yeah, I'm caught up on the comments. Pink Doll says, hey, Pink Doll. You came in while I am here struggling, trying to stay strong. I am tiring down. My arms are tiring down. My mind is tiring down. My body is tiring down. I want to go to sleep, but I made it too far. I got to finish these curls. Got to finish these curls. T Max says 2S correct though. LOL. 2 eres or estas, but definitely not S. I'm not sure if it's eres or it's estas, but it's definitely not s. You don't say two s. You never say two s. Say ella es or yeah, or like she is or he is ls, but not two s. Oh, I don't know if y'all noticed, but my mother was a Spanish teacher. My mother is a retired Spanish teacher. Okay, so that's another reason why I'm good with the reading and writing it. Okay. Girl, you inspired me to get locks. I'm 2 years and a half in. Oh, yay! Congratulations. Congratulations. Where were you seeing my content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? Let me know. Through Edis. I I am yo soy. Yes. Oh, these are kind of far off. Oh boy. I hate when this happens. I have a lock that's kind of far from the rest, like this one. I have a lock that's in the middle of these rollers here. But I'll make it work. I'll make it work. I'll connect these three. Locks RN says, I want to perm ride my locks so bad. I just don't have the patience. You do have the patience. Locks RN, you do have the patience. You have it. I believe in you. You have it. Pink Doll says, yes, I love this side. Yes, I feel free. YouTube. Okay, nice. Good. Nice. Well, we're happy to have you. Locs RN says, and your locks are longer than mine. You are beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, this is kind of what I do for a living, you know. I do have a lock brand. So that is a big driving factor of me fighting through my tired, fighting through my tired. You know, I do need to make content for the people. I do have a brand to promote at the end of the day. So, yes, I do have an incentive on curling my locks. Pink Doll says, I've been following you since 2018 on YouTube. Oh, nice. 2018. Okay, so you've been following me since 2018, but you finally went ahead and locked it in 2023. Congratulations. Rusty says, you should model. I do model. Thank you. Locked RN says, I'm peeping your technique, so this will be helpful. Yes. Yes. Especially if your locks are long like mine, then you want to overlap your locks on the rods so that it could fit fully. Ugh. Missing any? Okay, this is all I have left, y'all. This is all I have left. I've been at it for an hour and 8 minutes. RH176 says, I asked this earlier on IG. What size rods are those? Pretty please. I believe they're 3/4 of an inch. I think I measured them before because I definitely don't have the packaging anymore. I know I have a ruler around here somewhere, but or a tape measure. I'm gonna end up randomly finding it, but yeah, I think it's about 3/4 of an inch. Like I'll put it next to something. Here's a Carmex container. I don't know if this helps at all. I don't know. uh, Nurse Simone says your hair is so pretty. Thank you. I just bought 2 of your head wraps. I've been following you for a few years. Thank you so much, Nurse Simone. I hope that you Enjoy the styles you're able to achieve with them. Pink Doll says, yep, I was torn between locking and wearing wigs. You came to the right side. Oh my God, they grew. They are so beautiful. Well, my locks or yours? Either way, I'm sure yours are beautiful too. But if you're saying my locks are beautiful, then thank you. Question, when I'm retwisting, do I have to do a style so it will lock? I'm hearing conflicting things. No, you don't. Oh, mine? Thank you. No, you don't have to style your locks when you retwist. Styling your locks does help your retwist stay in place longer, for sure, but you don't have to. There's not a lot of have tos when it comes to locks. There's not a lot of have tos. There's a lot of shoulds. There's a lot of Keisha Charmaine may recommend, but it's not a lot of have to. Thank you. Mine are super long too. It helps. Yes. Yeah, these are my favorite perm rods. There's a size smaller that I also like, but I don't have any of those. I do have like a little tiny one in my hair, but that's not the ideal size at all. Do I have any of the white ones? No. I have these like cream color ones, but they're slightly smaller, but this is not the smaller I was talking about. I used to have these white ones that were a little bit smaller than this one, and I really like those curls too, but my hair is too long for those now. Like even with the overlapping and the squishing together, it's nah. Locs RN says my locks are a little past mid back now. I'm going to check out your page. Thank you. Check it out. Check it out. Check out my page. Check out my showcase. Check out my shop. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out my Instagram. I'm all over the internet. Check me out everywhere. Be sister. No. BC. I stay dancing. BC I stay dancing says, how do you sleep with long locks? Like this. No, I'm just kidding. I sleep on satin pillowcases. I usually don't tie my hair unless it's a fresh retwist. I usually will sleep with my hair loose these days. I may put a little loose ponytail holder on, like the swirly curly, like these. Like I might just like put them, like wrap this around my hair, like loosely, and like place my hair somewhere, and I'm good. Like I usually would place it above my head, and I'll be good. But if my retwist is fresh, or if I'm trying to keep my retwist, I'll put on a scarf along my hairline, and the rest will be down. But I usually sleep with my hair out. Curls, I put a bonnet on with my curls. With my curls like this, like tonight, I'm not gonna wear a bonnet over my roller set. But when I take the curls out, I'm gonna put a bonnet on. Nikki, I don't know if you trying to be funny or if you really asking, but I like laser hair removal on my underarms. I don't know if you're being weird or that's a genuine question. Oh, you never know these people. I'm him says, peace, my love. I'm just tapping in. What's y'all on? What up? I'm him. Being healthy is dope. What up? I'm him. I am, as you can see, I'm almost done with my roller set. Pinto says, what kind of question is that? You know, I'm a little hesitant to like write the question off completely because people do ask me about like hygiene and like feminine hygiene and that type of stuff. Because I have made content like that on YouTube. Like I have made like feminine health videos and things like that, and grooming and stuff. So I mean, I've never really talked about grooming. But I have talks about hygiene, so I don't know. I don't know. Could be a weirdo, maybe not, but maybe so because they ain't say nothing else. So I might have been a weirdo. I don't know. We got this says I use a hairnet with my curls. I use a hairnet with my curls when I am like sitting around the house. I'll put it in a hairnet, but to sleep, I put it in the bonnet. Pink Doll says, yeah, okay, hopefully she wasn't being funny because we talk about locks. So, yeah, yeah. Child, I don't know. You know. And you also got to remember, like, everybody, like, you come across on the internet, well, they wasn't all in your class. You also got to remember that, too. They weren't all in your class. And I say that respectfully. Respectfully. Like, no disrespect if you were not in my class. I was in honors classes, and no disrespect to you if you were not. But sometimes you do have to remember that when people say certain things to you, it's not always like you shouldn't always get mad. Sometimes you just gotta understand where people are. Sometimes you gotta remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Yes, very true. Okay. Keisha, you got this. You got this. You got this. You got this. We got this says that short bus still around though. You know, a lot of people are skipping it though. And the bus is driving right past their house. Just saying. Pink Doll says, so you sell products? I will definitely check it out. Thank you so much. Yes, I sell organic, herb infused, handmade, small batch products. You can see them. Well, you can see the best sellers here on TikTok Shop. I have them linked in my showcase. But if you would like to see more stuff, you have to go elsewhere. The official shop. Yeah. I think I'm caught up on the comments. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. You got this, girl. You got this. Woo, you got this. Yes, yes, yes. You have all the energy in the world. You have energy like you just drank a hot cup of coffee. You got this. You got energy like you just woke up from a beautiful night's rest where you were having dreams. Nice dreams. You got this, girl. You got this. Thanks for cheering me on, y'all. Thanks for cheering me on. I got this. Okay. It's only been an hour and 18 minutes. I've been only doing this for an hour and 18 minutes. That's nothing. That's nothing. Nothing. Por nada. Nothing. Okay. Any more questions or anything else y'all want to talk about? Because if you don't have any more hair questions, that's fine. If you don't have any more hair questions, that is okay. But I know y'all are watching me for entertainment and education. But if you want to return the favor and educate and entertain me a little bit, that would be appreciated. Thanks, Pink Doll, for joining. I appreciate you. You have a good night. I'll show you the results. I'll post some content with the results. All right. Lashana says, how many locks do you have? I have 94. We got this, says, you got this. If you got this, I'm doing laundry while you're rolling. We both almost done. Yes. Yes. Go ahead, laundry. Thanks, Pink Doll. Have a good night. Have a good night. One less person to root me on. Pink Doll left, y'all. You gotta pick up the slack, okay? Root me on, people. Yes, okay. Alrighty then. So we're in the middle of my head, and this is where my locks are the most like thickest, most dense. So I'm only gonna do 2 for sure on these. I was doing a good amount of these. I did 3. But these I'm gonna be 2 and 2. And some of these I might even do 1. Maybe not, because I don't know how many rollers I have to be playing around doing 1 roller per lock now. I don't know. I have so many broken. Look how many broken ones I have. There's a hairnet in there, but okay. BC, I stayed dancing. Is that because I stayed dancing? Is BC because I stayed dancing? Because I stayed dancing, S, are you using any product? Yes and no. But the reason why I say no is because I'm not using any gel, but I am using product. I'm using my rosewater moisturizer, which is my rosewater leave-in mist. It helps to keep your hair hydrated longer. It helps with moisture retention, and it helps me with my it helps with flexibility. So it's gonna help with the retwist and with styling and such, right? I sprayed it with that first, and then I used my horsetail leaf growth oil. It's a growth oil and it's a strengthening oil, and it's great for reducing shedding, encouraging growth, boosting shine, flexibility, moisture retention as well. So strength is its big draw. So I oiled my hair after misting it, and that's what I'm using for my retwist. So I call this a soft retwist. Whenever I do a retwist with no gel, I call it a soft retwist. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if I got that from somewhere, but that's what I call it. Okay, because I stay dancing, yes. But yeah, I'm doing a soft retwist with just leave-in and oil. How long will we have the rollers in? Honestly, I know I'm going to keep them in overnight, and it depends on if I have to go somewhere tomorrow, because I may have to go somewhere tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I may have to go somewhere on Wednesday. But if I end up not having to go somewhere on Wednesday, then I might keep it in for 2 nights, but I'm not sure. At least tonight, for sure. At least tonight. No, I could definitely do it tomorrow night, because if I have somewhere to go, it's not gonna be until Thursday. Actually, I'll keep it in for 1 to 2 nights. Okay, yes, it's because you already read that comment. Yeah, I'm winding down. I'm turning down. I need to eat. I need some dinner. Okay. We got this. We don't got too much left. We got this. Look. So Carla says, okay, I was just wondering. I know they are going to be pretty as always. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned it on this live. But the main reason why I'm doing these curls is because I want to do this particular hairstyle that Chloe Bailey wore for the Grammys. Yeah, she had a curly style at the Grammys. Did you guys see Chloe's hairstyle? It was like somewhat of a curly updo. I don't know if you would call it an updo. Kind of. It's like she did like a faux hawk with like flat twists on the sides. I didn't really see the back yet. I've been meaning to look up pictures of the back to see exactly how she did it, but I want to try the style. And of course, I'll make content about it, but I want to try that style. So that's why I have curls. Sounds cute. It was really cute. It was really cute. And if I wasn't using my phone, I would grab a picture, pull up a picture to show you guys. But it's on her Instagram if you guys care to look up the picture I'm talking about. She was wearing a black dress and yeah, like a faux hawk situation. And I'm gonna be doing a new series soon, a new hairstyle series. Because I noticed I don't make too many hairstyle videos anymore, and it's just because my hair has gotten so long. I don't really do styles like that besides curls, but I am starting a new series. I won't give you guys too many details right now, but I'm starting a new series, which is going to encourage me to play around with more hairstyles. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably start doing that at the end of the month or early March. But it's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be a challenge. Because this is gonna be a challenge situation. It's gonna be a challenge. Thank you, Shonda. Yes. Okay. Okay, it's been an hour and 27 minutes. I got this much left. I know y'all know, no, I'm not exaggerating when I say I'm tired, right? Y'all know I'm not exaggerating. Let's power through this. All right. One, two. And my last little stretch. Power through it. Power through it. Thank you, Keisha. Keep going. Don't forget to show us the results. There's no way I'll forget to show you the results now. Impossible. Impossible. Yes, thank you for the encouragement. Thinking about what I'm about to eat, and that's encouragement right now, actually. Mm-hmm. I mean, humming Negro spirituals, child. You know I'm down bad. I'm humming Negro spirituals. Carla says, "Yes, I believe you're tired. Long locks can be exhausting. Yes, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm just kidding. I'm not sick and tired. But I'm just tired. My hand hurts. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. But I appreciate y'all for keeping me encouraged. You know, it takes a village. It takes a village. Okay. I think I have enough perm rods finish this. I was a little worried because a lot of these are broken and I need to throw them out. Because what I keep doing is putting them back in the bag. Ugh, I need to throw them out. So I'll throw them out today. Forgive me for being so quiet, but the more I talk, the more thirsty I am. No, I'm so thirsty. I'm so hungry. I'm so tired. Let me stop complaining because I don't know what y'all going through, and y'all probably don't want to hear me complaining. I'm surprised my phone didn't die. Um, we got this as just check that Chloe, super cute. I'm glad you like the style. I'm glad you like the style. Yeah, that's something to try to do. Well, I'm not gonna try. I'm sure I can do it. It doesn't look complicated. I haven't done flat twists in a long time though. I haven't done flat twists in a long time. But flat twists were like something was one of my go-to styles when I had it's like starter locks or like baby locks, short locks. I was doing flat twists a lot. Carla says we learn a lot from you, so thank you so much. I appreciate you, Carla. I'm happy to help. That's the goal. Lashana says I definitely love watching your channel. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thank you. I know I don't really make the long videos anymore. I usually just do the shorts and then the lives. I do have to make like regular YouTube videos, like a 5-minute video. I need to start making those again. I will start doing that again. It's just sometimes it just feels redundant, but I know everybody doesn't see all of my videos, so I have to get over that. And that's something I should have gotten over by now. I've been doing this for too long. But like, yeah, I don't really like feeling redundant, but that's what teaching is. That's what teaching is though. You have to repeat yourself. Repetition helps people learn. Jasmine Rice says my bands pop every time I try to use them damn rods. Oh, it's so annoying. It happens to me sometimes, a lot actually, but you have to get the hang of it on how to pull it right. You have to pull it with the grain. You can't go against the grain. It's gonna pop. Aisha says, oh, she's talking to Jet Will. She says, speak what you seek until you see what you have. Never heard that before. Care to elaborate? That's a testimony for sure. As in basically speak what speak it into existence. Like reaffirm things into existence. Hey Keisha girl. Yes, you called me after I've been live for about an hour and 40 minutes putting these rollers in my head. I'm almost done. I'm at the front. Girl, I've been I've been go through it. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty, and I don't want to keep complaining. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm almost done. But I hope everything is good with you, girl. Another Keisha just joined my live. I met her in college. And I remember when we met. I remember we were at that was that bar called Bogies. We were at Bogies and yeah, you just sat next to me and you started talking and then you were like, "What's your name?" I said Keisha. And you said, "My name is Keisha." I said, "No, it's not." Like you're like, "Yes, it is." I was like, "No, it's not." I feel like you're lying. I don't know why I thought you were lying. And you were like, "I never met another Keisha before." I was like, "Really? I've met a ton of Keishas in my day." I met so many Keishas. What do you mean? I feel like you're lying to me. You're like, "What? No, I'm not lying." I was like, "Can I see your ID?" And then you showed me your ID. And then I was like, "Oh, you really are Keisha?" I remember that. I remember that. Yes, Bogies. Bogies is still around, I heard. I have a friend who lives in Albany. Robin Cole. Robin Cole says, "I do a soft retwist after every shampoo. I have hair close to the scalp that does not want to stay in with the lock. So a soft retwist helps to maintain all those loose strands of hair." Okay. I see what you're saying. I mean, I usually do a hard retwist after every shampoo, typically, honestly. Thanks for the roses, Keisha. Thank you for the roses. I forgot that I showed you my ID. Yeah, because I was not believing you. I felt like you were like, I don't know why, but I felt like you were teasing me somehow. Like you were, I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't know. I just thought that you were like pulling my leg. I don't know. And for me to even ask you for your ID is hilarious. But I'm a ask you for ID person. Like I ask people for ID all the time. Like you meet men and stuff. Well, I don't usually ask women for IDs. I don't usually ask women for ID. But like if men who I don't know through like school, or if I don't know you through like a family member or a friend or something, yeah, I'm gonna ask you for your ID if you try to talk to me. For sure. But yeah, I'm the police, I guess. Can I see your government? Like if I meet somebody on the street and they say, "Yo, my name is Doughboy," and what's your first and last name, young man? Talking about some Doughboy. How often do you stream? Oh, steam. How often do I steam? I don't steam like clockwork, so I'm not quite sure. But I like to steam my hair in the shower. But if you mean like using a steamer, I like to use my hair steamer or my face steamer and my clothes steamer. I use those as a hair steamer. Um, when I oftentimes I will do that with like my hot oil treatment, but usually it's not my method of hot oil treatment. Yeah, I'll probably say I'll steam maybe like every couple of months I steam, but I don't my hair retains moisture really well that I don't need to steam very often. I'll put it like that. Very smart. So many do not and end up missing. Child. One thing about me, I'm gonna be found. I do not play. Listen, not my paranoid behind. Listen, I'm from. I have to stop saying this because lately I've been saying I'm from the slums, but I have to stop saying that. I'm not from the slums. I'm not from the slums, but I'm from a grimy area. I'll say that. Okay, so I had to learn pretty young. I have to learn pretty young. Yeah, where I grew up in Brooklyn is it's not the worst part of Brooklyn at all. Actually, the neighborhood is kind of decent. I grew up in East Flatbush. But I just happened to grow up in a part of East Flatbush that wasn't very nice. I'll say that. It wasn't very nice where I grew up, very close to Brownsville. Um, yeah. So yeah. So I have a very natural distrust. A very natural distrust, like a very natural general sense of distrust is my disposition typically. Carrie said, "Girl, we is from the U.S. of A. We gotta be careful. Listen, shoot, wherever we from, honestly, because USA is a lot. It's a lot safer than a lot of places. It's a lot safer than a lot of places. It's a lot safer than most places, honestly. If we gonna keep it real funky, it's a lot safer than most places. You know, most places don't even have like 911. Like, just saying, just saying. Ooh, my family is Guyanese. Okay, my family. I'm from a family of immigrants. Okay. Yeah. This is the last one, y'all. This is the last one. We made it to the ending. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. We've been at it. We on the last one, and I'm about to go eat. Woo! It's been a long journey. You know, it's been a lot of trials and tribulations on this journey, but I'm so happy to say that I have completed the task through my delirium and all. So thank you for everyone who stuck with me throughout this process. Everyone here on YouTube, everyone here on TikTok. I really appreciate you all for keeping me encouraged throughout the process. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for keeping me uplifted. And I appreciate you. And I will think of you as I go eat some dinner. Yeah, I'm going to have some dinner now and I'm going to drink some water. And I'm going to blow dry my hair a little bit. Okay. Um, Jeanne, Janae. I think it's Janae. Janae says, I tried perm rods and it was hard to sleep with them. It's not an easy life to live when you want to be a curly baddie when you have locks. It's you may not sleep well. That's the sacrifice he has to take sometimes. Or just get a really fluffy pillow. I like to get really fluffy pillows that helps me sleep comfortably. And somebody in the chat earlier recommends sleeping with a like a plain pillow. So I've never tried that, but that's something I would try. But my pillows are fluffy, so I'm comfortable. So yeah, give those a try. Maybe if your pillows are on the flatter side, try getting some fluffy pillows or try getting a plain pillow, the neck pillow. Carla says, have a good night. Keisha, thank you so much. You have a good night too, Carla. Thank you for joining me and keeping me encouraged. We got this says quite welcome. Get some water. Yes, I will. Thank you so much. We got this for your encouraging words and your affirmations and all of that. Even your name itself is an affirmation. We got this 247. Absolutely. We do have this always and always. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Keisha, it was good seeing you on live again. Thank you, everybody else on TikTok. As usual, head over to my shop and grab your lock maintenance products and support your girl. All right. And I will see you next time.